Oh,
Eh. Ah,
that part of the recording.
yes. Hello. Welcome to the Cast Kings episode 4. We missed 2 weeks, so there's 2 weeks of news we need to cover. So without further ado, let's introduce our two guests today. We have Bumble, which we had in a previous episode, and the newcomer Jacko from the UK. Hello, Jacko. How are you doing?
Hey man, I'm doing good.
Good, good, good. What about you, Bumble?
I'm doing fantastic.
Great, 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 great. All right, sweet. So, there's going to be a lot of stuff to cover today, lots of gaming news, lots of games that have been announced, a lot of stuff in the political sphere and the social sphere as well. And we'll probably start with certain items of business. Um, First off, let's talk about some of the political stuff, shall we? More specifically,
Yeah.
the U.S. Because Jacko's from the UK, and I know he is in his sphere of political. But we're going to talk about
Mm.
U.S. politics. And starting off, um, was this last week? No, this is actually this week. The House Intelligence Committee in the White House, after a 14-month-long in-depth investigation, found no collusion in the Trump campaign to influence the 2016 presidential election. This doesn't affect the Mueller investigation, but I think this does shed some light on what the investigation from Mueller will look like. At least, what do you think, Bumble? I know you're in the U.S., and then I'll ask
Um.
Jacko.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't read too much about it, but I never expected Donald Trump to like tamper with the election. So I'm I'm fine with the results, but I don't know how this other investigation is gonna go because they're going more in depth, right? Like they're
Yeah,
about other aspects of like stuff.
yeah. The Mueller investigation is more private, and then the House
Yeah,
committee was more
like
government
open.
focused.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. What about you, Jacko?
Um, I mean, I don't really know too much about the investigation. I know that Trump's organization has been subpoenaed in like the
Yeah,
past day or two,
just Mueller subpoenaed the investigation. If I can look
but
this
I
up.
think it's unlikely anything will really come of that.
Yeah. So yeah, it looks like they're asking. They're I just lost it. Okay. But yeah, the Trump organization is
Hello.
getting
Oh,
what is it? Oh, hi Hob, how you doing?
hey.
Hey, we're just doing the Cast Kings. Not on the desk. This is
Oh,
a
shit.
different recording. So if you want to join,
Okay, give me a sec. I'm in the middle of a game here. I'll let you
okay.
guys do this.
All right. Anyway, but yeah, just recently the Mueller investigation asked the Trump organization for documents relating to the um
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't
So
think they're gonna
that's
find
still
much.
continuing and still trying to find evidence of collusion. But the in-house investigation, the House Committee Intelligence thing, they are finished theirs and found no collusion. So there's that. Um, I guess that's really the only major thing, except Trump wants to do like a space military, a space force. That's what something he announced recently,
I did not
talked
hear
about
about that.
recently.
Yeah, Excel brought that up.
Yeah,
I
That
was talking
is
recently.
that's an interesting idea.
and apparently, like an expert said that Russia and China are actually ahead of us in kind of that regard. And I think the reason why is that with the in the UN during like the Cold War years, like they talked about that we can't put like weapons in space
I mean, it's
because
against international law. Yeah.
yeah, it's against international law, and that's probably the reason why the U.S. hasn't done anything
But at the end of the
towards
day,
that
wherever humans go, there's conflict
for sure,
because
for
that's
sure.
just humans for you. So I think it's dangerous to let other countries get technologically ahead of you
Yeah,
to the point where you can't catch up.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Oh,
so I mean it's a good thing that the U.S. is I guess starting to. I mean, it's sad because you're seeing kind of this international law that was made
Yeah.
to protect each other is starting to get kind of dismantled, really. But in the end, I think it's good for at least U.S. national security, and um, yeah, that's just my take on that.
Mhm.
So there's Space Force. That's kind of all that I wanted to talk about in politics. But socially, um, two things actually happened that I want to talk about. Starting off with United again with mistreatment, and this time it's mistreatment toward animals. Apparently on a specific flight, somebody had a dog, and the United put them in an overhead compartment. And when the flight landed, the dog was found dead in the cabin. And this has just kind of been like a theme for United, really. More of a.
Yeah, they've been having a lot of bad
They've
press
been
over the
having
last
a
few
lot
years.
of bad PR. And, like, I don't know what to say about that because that's just terrible. And I think I read a stat somewhere like a number that apparently like within the past 3 years, 85 pets have died on airlines in the past 3 years, and 41 of those deaths were from United.
They
And
haven't addressed it.
apparently, yeah, and I think this is just similar to
Wait, I think they did apologize, didn't they? They
You
said
can't
it
just
was a
apologize.
well. They said it
I
was
mean,
a
after it's
tragic
happened like
accident
40
and it's
something times.
investigating. I know
Yeah, and
it's
there's-
stupid, but they did address it.
Yeah, of course they addressed it, but uh yeah, but in response to that, Senator John Kennedy, I actually like this on my Twitter. I'm gonna pull it up real quick. Where is it? Senator John Kennedy said, "I will be filing a bill tomorrow that will prohibit airlines from putting animals in overhead bins. Violators will face significant fines. Pets are families." And the thing about
Yeah.
that is, yeah, I think animals don't belong in overhead bins.
Totally. I mean, especially, it was a bulldog, right? Wasn't it a
I
bulldog?
think so.
And
the thing,
bulldogs are pretty big dogs, so there's no way, no animal should be put up there, but especially not a dog that big. I
yeah,
mean, there's just, I don't even know. I don't know what was going through the flight attendant's mind that thought it was okay, but
yeah.
hopefully he or she loses a job over it, and then it never happens again.
And I think the problem with this is that when the thing is that dogs' genetics, like, they're not meant to go that high up into the air in the first place.
Mhm.
Like, especially like pugs and bulldogs. Like bulldogs, like their the genetics in their face, like it's hard for them to breathe in the first place. And going that up high in the air, like something bad is bound to happen. And I think it's sad. I think two things that need
It
to be
is a
taken.
pressurized cabin if it's in the overhead locker there.
Yeah. But just like two things I would take from this is that one, um, that you shouldn't really be taking your dogs on flights anyway, because like dogs aren't meant to go that high up into the air. Humans aren't either, but like especially dogs, um, because that your genetics just don't allow that kind of thing. And then also like dogs are family, because sometimes some people actually have better relationships with their pets than they do with their family members.
Mhm.
So like pets are families and they should be treated as such, and they should not be put in overhead bins because that's just inhumane and just
Yeah.
not.
I
Yeah.
agree.
What else could we mention with this? Just I think that's it, really.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think
I don't know
too
too
much.
much
In
on that
regards
story.
to that, yeah. Something that Bumble will probably know about, another part of society, social news. On Twitch, last night of this recording, a certain streamer by the name of Ninja had an amazing team up. Bumble.
Yeah.
Would you
Ninja
like
last
some?
night was playing with Drake, Juju, and I can't remember the third one.
The-
He was playing with his friend.
Travis. It was Travis
Yeah,
Scott.
he was playing with Travis.
Yeah.
And he got. I
Juju-
think his
Juju
record
is
count on
a,
views was like 700,000.
Was it 700,000? Did it
Yeah,
reach
I
that
think
high?
I think he got up to 700,000.
Wow. And I think the record before that was like 417,000.
Yeah, for a single viewer or for a single,
streamer.
Twitch streamer part, sorry, that it was about 400, 500,000, and then I think the all-time record was like a Dota tournament that was like 1 million or like 900,000. Can't remember. But
crazy,
definitely-
700,000
yeah,
viewers.
he definitely took the place of the
I think this
most popular.
yeah, I think this event shows the popularity of game streaming and how celebrities from different fields, like we've seen this, Post Malone did a stream. We saw this stream, and tons of other celebrities from other parts of the world are also streaming, and they're gaining tons of popularity.
Totally.
Which is, I think, is showing this kind of cultural shift where people are like, hey, celebrities on game streaming platforms is a reality.
I think
Like,
it's a
we're
good
not-
way for them to reach out to their fans as well.
Yeah, definitely streaming like is an amazing platform to reach out to fans. Like I think we saw that with Post Malone stream where he was like interacting with the audience, having a good time, It was pretty fun. And then this one, like I hope we see more epic team ups like this in the future, more celebrity groups, like doing Fortnite or
Yeah, I think that's very likely.
whatever like game, and like with this, oh yeah, totally. We'll definitely seeing more of these like kind of team ups, which will be awesome. So
Yeah, it was really cool.
it was really fun. I didn't watch all of it, sadly, but and I was only there when Drake was there. It was only Drake and Ninja, but then like I was like, that's cool, but I just kind of fell off, and then Juju and Travis Scott joined, and I was in bed, and so I was kind of sad, but I can
It was
always
definitely
I
something
can
interesting.
always rewatch the stream.
Yeah.
Let's continue on to game announcements. A ton of game announcements in the past 2 weeks. Primarily being 3 games, which are Division 2, The Division 2. We had Super Smash Brothers. And then we also had what was that other one? Black Ops 4. Yeah. And yeah, so let's talk about Smash real quick because that's kind of the one that I'm most excited for out of the 3 of those that were announced these past 2 weeks. And like it's pretty exciting. Like I have a Nintendo Switch myself and I play on it fairly consistently. I've just been trying to finish up Odyssey, trying to get 100% completion on that. And like I'm excited for Smash to get on the Switch. That was one game I really, really wanted on the Switch. I'm like, this would be a really fun game to have. And like I really hope they'll blow it out of the park with this one. I'm not too into it because I'm not a super Nintendo fan to like do a trailer breakdown, but I'm pretty excited for what's about to come. So we're just gonna move on to Black Ops 4. Just wanted to mention that. But Black Ops 4, I don't know too much about the Black Ops series. Who would know more about the Black Ops series in this channel? I feel like it'd be.
I know a little bit about the Black Ops series. This one is, supposed to be a sequel to Black Ops 3. It's going to be the last in the Black Ops franchise before they move on to something else.
Okay.
It's going to include zombie mode, campaign, multiplayer, the
The
usual
whole
Black
thing,
Ops.
yeah.
That's about it.
Oh, so it's going to be futuristic again.
I don't know if it's going to be futuristic. I haven't even watched the trailer, but I do know that
They
I don't think they've released a trailer. It's just
they released a
Oh, they
trailer,
did.
but like
I've seen it.
it's more of like a compilation. It's
trailer,
like more of a compilation of like all the previous games.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
there's no real gameplay or cutscene or anything.
So yeah,
It's
we'll
just-
find out more about it if it's futuristic or not, and we can talk more about it later once more
And
gets
then
announced.
I think Black Ops is just kind of fading away now. It's more of like a, I don't know.
Definitely, the first two Black Opses were
Those
amazing
were
games, and
I mean, I really enjoyed the first one.
first
But
Black
then
Ops
just
is
went
all far
futuristic.
my
I wasn't a
favorite Call
fan
of
of that.
Duty.
Yeah.
Black Ops 1, favorite Call of Duty game. Black Ops 2 was okay. That was the last Black Ops game I personally bought, and then I got Black Ops 3 bought for me, which it was pretty bad.
just, I think this just leads to an interesting talk about kind of series fatigue. Especially
Mhm.
with Black Ops, like people are tired of Black Ops, let's be honest here. Like
I mean, you can
people are
see it in
moving on.
Halo too.
Oh yeah,
People
with Halo.
Halo that much anymore.
Like I love Halo. Halo's an amazing game and franchise,
same.
but like I don't know. I think Halo just kind of starting to die out. Like Halo 5 was fun, like the multiplayer was well tailored and fun, but it wasn't like old style Halo, which is kind of sad. But
I never got to play
to some
Halo
people,
5.
I played Halo 5, it was all right, but like series fatigue, and that's
Definitely.
kind of sad to see. Like people are starting to move on to Fortnite. That's the new culture craze. Like before it was Black Ops. Like people were in love with, well, not Black Ops, more COD. Like people loved COD. Like
Yeah,
that was
people are
the
moving on to
game.
like
That
more
was the game
battle
that you,
royale games though.
yeah, people were, that was like the get up. Like that's what people played with each other. But now it's battle royale. Which I
mean,
mean, it's obviously
if-
an evolution, but like, yeah.
If you go to Twitch here, you can see all the #1 Twitch games are all
They're all battle royale.
just solo player
Mhm.
games and
I
like.
mean, look at the Steam stats. Battle Royale has like 2.5 million playing
Yeah, PUBG.
all day, every day.
PUBG's killing it.
That's like
in
5
Steam.
times the next biggest, which is Dota 2.
Yeah, Fortnite. But I don't. PUBG's killing it on the Steam platform. Fortnite's killing PUBG apparently, because they're just updating the game constantly. So much to do in Fortnite, you know.
Yeah, if you go on Twitch right now, PUBG has 80,000 viewers and Fortnite has 215,000.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So yeah, just like I'd be excited for COD if it wasn't for Fortnite or anything else, really. I guess because like I don't know, I probably wouldn't anyway. Just kind of COD's dying out as kind of a
Mhm.
gaming.
I mean, they
platform.
tried to go futuristic on it to kind of bring a new approach, but it didn't work out.
It didn't work out
And
as well
then-
for.
I don't know. COD is just like you look at Overwatch, and Overwatch is the shooter like COD, but it does so much more.
Yeah,
And more games are just evolving. and
Like,
getting
yeah,
better,
like
more
the
creative.
first person shooter, like COD and like Halo and like Overwatch, that's a pretty set market now.
Any
with
even kind
some
of like
breakouts.
Battlefield.
Yeah, in Battlefield's starting to phase out. Like it's getting kind of sad. Oh, hold on. I
Yeah.
think
Oh.
Excel wants to get in.
But it's also not as sad because you can see, more games are gaining more popular.
My bad.
It's pretty cool. I like the change that gaming is going, personally.
Yeah, it's just gaming will evolve, and we've seen that time and time again. Like
Gaming
before, it
will
was
evolve.
yeah, it'll change like all the time. So,
Mhm.
but I think the meat of the argument that we all really want to talk about, and we all have our 10 cents or 2 cents to throw in Division 2.
Hmm
Mhm.
I think
Gonna suck ass.
all of Exile. Everybody, Exile, welcome. Former guest as well. And Kaka is also in
Oh,
here.
is
How
this
you
a
doing, Kaka?
podcast?
Yeah, we're
Yep.
doing castings right now.
Oh, no. Okay.
But yeah. Division 2. I think we all played it, right? Bumble, you played it.
I played the first division, yeah.
Yeah, I played the
Yep,
first
I've already had
division.
Division. I've already played it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jacko, you played the division.
Yep. Mhm.
And
Yeah, I played from day one and the beta.
yeah.
I never played the beta.
I don't know how to feel about the division
I mean,
because
it
I
kind of
played it,
reminds
but
me.
I guess like looking back on it, I have like mixed.
Ubisoft downgrade.
Yeah,
It
I
was
don't
a
know.
big downgrade from what they had originally planned.
It
Yeah.
kind of
That
had the
was a
same effect of No Man's Sky. Just it did it a little better.
Like Division, there's so much hype behind it, and then just kind of died out, which is sad because
Mhm.
it looked like it would be an amazing game if they kept what they had originally. Like,
Yeah,
like
I don't really know what their reasoning was behind the change. Because it was really well hyped up, and then they completely changed the whole concept of the game.
yeah,
Yeah.
Hopefully,
You gonna invite
Division
me?
2 will bring back the Division 1 concept.
so
I hope
yeah,
s-
Division 2. There's not a lot of information on it. Only that
Yeah, we don't
it'll
know much. Right now.
it'll be here, like it's there. But we can definitely do a lot of speculation. So I think something that I want to start off with is like um kind of the presentation of it. Like I want them to present the game like it will be as the final product, and definitely Ubisoft has done better with that because like before, like we see that with Rainbow Six Siege, like
Mhm.
the introductory like kind of game, like when they showed it off, it looked great.
The E3 trailer.
The E3 trailer, yeah, the E3
Yeah.
trailer made it look like really good, but then like when it came out, like obviously graphical downgrade, and like it's not as good it doesn't look as good as it was before. It's still a great game, but like the final product that we got wasn't the product that we were shown.
And it wasn't just the graphical changes; it was also the whole game mechanic. Because in the original trailer, you see like 4 different things you can pick, like a breacher and stuff. Whereas in the actual game, it's obviously all
It's
individual
yeah, it's
named
like
operators with
it's more of
gadgets.
a
So
hero
they completely
type
changed
shooter.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jacko, invite me.
And then also yeah, like when they present it, I want them to show like the game as it will come out, and I want the game to come out sooner than what it was. If that makes sense, like I don't want them to wait like
You don't want
5 years. I don't want to wait
Yeah,
5 years for the next game. I want it to come out as soon as
Skyrim.
possible.
Elder Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls.
Yeah. I don't know. That's kind of what I want from it. Like the Division 1 like concept, I want that. Like the Division 1 got better with time, obviously. Like every game should. But I don't know. What do you guys want from it? Because I know you guys played it more extensively than I did.
The Division 2.
Yeah, for the Division 2.
I want the Division 2 to be the Division 1 trailer.
Yeah, I mean, essentially.
I
For
mean,
real. For
I
real.
want the game to be done
Brooklyn,
on
man.
launch.
Why didn't we get Brooklyn? Like,
But
the
it's not so
map-
much the environment. I think the
entire map
environment is
scene
cool.
of what it was
in
supposed
the
to be.
Division.
Yeah,
Wait.
no, it's cool, but they said they were gonna have like Brooklyn, Uptown Manhattan, and
Yeah,
then just,
again,
like,
more
literally, like, all over
misleading
New York.
trailer.
exactly. It's just they promised a bunch of cool stuff that got people hyped up, and they didn't deliver more than half of it, and everyone was let down.
What they
and the
need to
game died
do
out
is
fast.
like is how the division is now. Launch the game with that, so it's actually complete. Because a lot of the problem is people started playing, got level 30. Oh, there's nothing to do, and then just quit playing, didn't pick it back up.
Pretty much what happened with Destiny.
Yeah.
hmm
Don't be
There's
Destiny.
There's just a problem with not completing the game, just trying to
Well-
sell for what it is.
Yeah, exactly. There's a problem. Like, don't get me wrong. I want it to come out fast, but also you don't need to rush it.
hmm
Like, if you have a deadline, just like get rid of it. You know, take the time with the game, make the game better than what it was. Like with Overwatch, they were the first year of creating Overwatch. They made it an MMO, and they completely scrapped that idea. And then they switched it around, and then took the characters, some of the characters from the MMO, and made a different game. And then look how popular Overwatch got.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
Because they
late.
took their time.
I think they did take their time with the Division, and they're still updating it to this day. Lots of updates. They've got big teams working on it. I mean, the problem is that they just didn't know where they were going with it, and they chose a completely different route.
I want a better loot system.
Yeah,
Yes.
that too. Everyone, that even goes without
I think
saying.
they
And
also-
the loot system was a total letdown.
I feel like they need to have better story. Actually, let's stay on.
I was completely cool with the extraction shit and all that, like, you know, how you did that.
Mhm.
But like, you know, for instance, in the original trailer, they showed like after they freed some police officers from that one thing, they go into a random room, open a box, and yet there, you know, this dude gets like a really good Scar H.
Yeah.
And like in that case, he was able to pick it up and use it, but like I don't really know.
Yeah, I just like loot system needs to be better. Obviously, I think the Dark Zone needs an overhaul, and I watched a video on this, and I'm kind of sharing my opinion from that video. But the Dark Zone like needs an overhaul. Like there needs to be like more challenges like in the base game. The Dark Zone needs to be more what would you say? It needs to be more rewarding for when you go in it, and there's more of an incentive to like do all the activities that are there.
When they need more activities, it's not very varied.
You just
You
like
literally just go kill some guys and pick up some loot. It's not
Yeah.
like in the trailer where the police station has been overrun by AI. You have to clear it out and release that policeman.
like
Yeah,
yeah,
they just-
I think it's like I want the Dark Zone to be more dynamic. And if they make it
Mhm.
more dynamic, I want it to be bigger than what it was in the base game. Because like kind of the outside zone, you're just kind of running around, like going to missions or getting whatever
Yeah.
the heck, you know.
I'd
Yeah,
be
they
okay with the whole
expanded it by a few zones, but it's still kind of the same.
Yeah. And like it was the outside zone was boring, and like the dark zone wasn't very rewarding to do. And so in the base game, I want them to change that to where if they made the dark zone more dynamic and larger, and that'd be really fun. I think also fun idea, just to put it out there. What if they did like a battle royale with the division?
I
Mm,
wouldn't want that overall for the game, but it'd be nice to have that as an option. Like,
Yeah,
They
like,
kind of
you know,
have
like-
that with
like
like
Battle
how-
Royale.
Royale's
like-
dead.
Kind of like how Fortnite did it. Like
Yeah.
Fortnite wasn't meant to be a battle royale; it was more to be a cooperative like shooter, which is like what Division is. And they added the battle royale mode, and it was really good. And like, I don't want it, and I guess that's kind of like a reverse example because then battle royale took over Fortnite, and that's what Fortnite is now. And they're not really doing a lot with the base building.
well, no, they
cooperative
still have a
aspect.
big team. On
They're
base
still
game.
working on that, but I mean, like, it's probably not doing anything anytime soon with that, to be honest.
I mean, it's about to come. It's gonna be released to a full game this year.
Yeah.
I mean, they did a big update like a couple weeks ago where it added like a bunch of new types of enemies and guns and other stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. But like with the division, I feel like the division would be a perfect platform for battle royale.
They do actually have a battle royale game mode in the current.
Yeah, it's the survival.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Kind
that's
of
right.
like
they
Battle
have the
Royale, but you have
survival.
to like try and survive and shit and kill people.
Yeah.
So they did
That's-
try it.
Well, I guess like I think, but yeah, what if they did it more of a mainstream kind of way? Because like if the division was more of a mainstream battle royale, like city blocks are kind of being taken over by like a plague, you know? Like I think it would fit into the universe perfectly, kind of. Just from
Yeah,
just from my
it-
perspective.
I don't know about that because the way the combat plays out in this game, that game's a lot different.
And I think it's
It's a lot of
different-
cover to cover and like healing and turrets and shit like that.
I think I think that'll differentiate it from a lot of other battle royales. Like you have PUBG, which is kind of not kind of as cover based, but you do have some tools available to you, but it's more like picking one-on-one gunfights, you know. And then with like with Fortnite, it's more like base building, like that's its key defining feature. Like
Yeah,
with the
they'd have
Division-
to add their own features.
But
It's
like with the
unique.
division, you have like all these kind of powers that you can have, you know. And I feel like they could do something with that. Like there's a lot of potential there from my perspective. And if they were able to harness that potential that the division has and put that into a battle royale kind of place, I think that would really help it take off and grow and bring a more kind of mainstream popularity to it.
But could you get the same situation with like Call of Duty, where it just gets oversaturated?
Yeah. Like
There's so many games doing that same theme.
yeah, and that's like why if it's going to go do the battle royale, go down the battle royale kind of thing, it needs to differentiate itself like to a different point because I mean battle royale is still kind of a fairly new genre for games. Like it's only been out for a couple years comparatively to first person shooters where they've been out for like 2 decades plus. So I don't know. That's for me. I feel like having that would be really fun, and I'd probably play it a little bit if it was really good. So
Hmm.
um, I don't know if there's anything much else to talk about after these 2 weeks. We just kind of did some hit points really quick on all the kind of things.
Excel,
What's up?
you know anything?
What?
You're usually reading the news and everything. What
No,
else?
I'm playing the game right now.
All right. Well, this is going to be kind of a more shorter episode this week for these 2 weeks, I guess. I'm hoping like I just had family in this week and just doing a lot of things to prepare for that, and so that's why I skipped a week, and I'm going to experiment with a Thursday schedule for releasing videos, a Thursday Friday kind of schedule. I don't know. But I'll keep you posted on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at the Cast Kings with a capital T, C, and K, if that's I guess relevant. I don't know. But yeah, follow me on Twitter. Get updates on every episode that will be released, and I will catch you later. See ya.